Well, hey guys, welcome. Today we're back in the Class 411412 pack by Armstrong Powerhouse. Hello, Scenery Hills. And we are on the London to Faversham route. We're just waiting for a train to clear in front of us, which is either miles away, yeah. Got a little double 465 combo. The original Southeastern livery. It's 2005, which says it's the 411 finale. And we're driving an Connex Southeastern liveried pair, unit from here. Well, we're going to be in charge actually as far as Faversham. This is a scenario which I'm still testing for a pack I'm hoping to release soon. Please bear in mind, this is work in progress. It's not available. Will hopefully be available at some point in the future from the Just Trains website. Awesome, on that note, in the cab, got reverse as neutral, brake has got a little bit on, which is fine. Meter lights are on. Route indicator light can come on. There we go. What we'll do is actually go from Tron minus. Route indicator light will go on in the back too. Then we'll go at the front, and you can see the back. The red lights are on now. That is us otherwise configured for departure. Even did stuff like setting the destination blinds up, or the CSR up. Sorry, not the destination blind, but the destination blind is set as well. That's the one it used on the day because it was 37, 1237, I assume. The AI haven't had their destinations done yet, which is fine. Bit quiet. No, that's fine. There was a sound in there. Surprising that the driver hasn't automatically vanished. I must have some scripting issues going on. But yeah, 466016 and 466014. On their way down to Gravesend. I think they're actually on the way to Charing Cross eventually. I'll have to check the destinations. So we should have the road note. Yep, we do. Brakes off. DRA release. And away we go. I'll grab a screenshot at some point during the drive. But yeah, we're basically a fast run for 20 miles over to Faversham. Just thought I should record probably train some video for the next couple of days. Because I'm still working on some of the content ideas I've had. I've got, just to be honest, I've really been enjoying doing flight sim again. And today I ended up, you can see, it's still very work in progress. Like the briefing's not done, none of the pop-ups are in the scenario yet. It's sort of about, I'd say 80% done. A lot of, it's a lot of the stuff that has to be done is stuff that's obviously missing. But, it takes very little time in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I'd say hopefully you're doing wonderfully well, or wondrously well. Yeah, it's been a fun couple of days, is what I'd say. Yeah, because I've realised since I've got 3 channels, I can talk about the same thing over and over. So yes, I now have 3 YouTube channels. That's something worth talking about. I'm going to hide that because I don't need that anymore, and it's processing that video, which is fine. So yes, I have got rid of, well, I haven't got rid of anything, sorry. I've made 2 new channels. One is called Emily Jane the Cosplay Queen, which is going to be my cosplay YouTube channel. It's going to have an upload every Saturday. And I've also got Fly with Thyron, which is going to be my flying channel. And that's going to have an upload every Sunday. Hello 37s. Hello boys. Actually, I've got some screenshots of this sooner from when I was testing earlier, but I love 37s, double header 229 and 029 in the first gen DRS livery on empty scrap wagons from Sheerness. So I believe that would still have been open at this time. If not, I can always remove them. That does look like a nice screenshot actually. I'm probably going to build that path as a scenario for this pack as well. So the pack that's going to be part of is going to be a London to Faversham 2000 to 2020 basically. So 2010. So you get the start of the 395 operation, and little things like that. But it's a bit of variety basically. You get the end of these bad boys, up to, as I say, up to the introduction of the up to the introduction of 395. So it's a really nice amount of change to happen. I've also got, I thought I deleted my 2005 to 2015 ECML South pack. I thought I deleted it by accident. I hadn't. So yeah, I was really quite pleased that I managed to find that. don't think that's a thumbnail. Thumbnails for me would be something like that usually. Which, you know, I'll use that. I was actually quite surprised that AP didn't use this route for at least a few other 411 scenarios, because it is more accurate to the period that these would have run in. This route came out pre things like the refurbishment of Rochester and Raynham stations. So, you know, there's a couple of things that are different with this. Obviously, it doesn't have the line fully to London, which is probably, I guess, the deal breaker from AP's perspective. But yeah, it's still a nice route to drive. I still really enjoy it. You know, as someone who I'll show you actually where I used to live in Rochester. That's Jackson's Field. So basically, DTG Towers is sort of roughly where I am. That's the entrance. So it's roughly sort of here. Roughly where this, no, roughly here, sorry. In this area. Well, I guess that's probably supposed to be the representation of it. Yeah, that could be the area as well, actually. So they're roughly here. But you walk down the back here. There's a gate you can get out of, but you can't get into. You can then cut down along the seafront. There's a little dock here which you have to cut around. This is Chatham Pentagon, which is the crappiest looking shopping centre in the universe. You had to sort of walk around, go in a bit. This is a Home Bargains, and then I cut up the hill here. This is the A6, I think. Walk along the road. Well, there's a footpath here, obviously. Then up here, I'm literally showing you my journey home from work. Then over this field, and the house I lived in was roughly here. Which, when the whole dovetail thing came to an end, was really quite annoying because, or quite upsetting, because you stand here and you can quite clearly see Sharon Dockyard. It's like every day I'd leave the house, go there, and oh, I failed. But yeah, I've moved on from that though, and that's the main thing. Like, I think I've learnt a lot, and it's entirely my fault that I don't work there anymore. But I've learnt from it, and I know what I did wrong basically. And I also know I'm probably, as much as I'd love to be a game designer, I'd love to be a good game designer, I just don't think I am one. So there is that side of it too. I don't know if you guys get this, but if I press Control and H, or sorry, Shift and H, it just automatically skips me through right the way to the end. I think like I end up. A little bit quick. Yeah, I don't think we sped there. We're on 30.8. This is obviously Chatham Station. This is where my adventure started. Well, this is where it started, but also where it actually ended back at Rochester. Again, Chatham Station I really quite like. I don't know why. It's just it has a nice feeling to it, in my opinion. Even though it's a miserable sort of commuting station, you come in down here, and then. That low tone of horn is ridiculous. That just sounds angry. That sounds like the sound broke. That's what that sounds like. So yeah, next up is Gillingham. I'm just getting rid of the HUD through here. Got a 375 coming in. See, early days of 375. That one's is that Southeastern Liver or is that one Connex? Yeah, Southeastern. Some of them are still in Connex and some of them are in ex-Connex. I've just sort of tried to make it, look like an era of transition, which it really was, because that was when Southeastern sort of came to the stage, if you like. We'll watch ourselves come up with Luton Archers. You've got Bloopers Party Shop, Boot Camp for your Doc Martin Solutions, and the Bridge Gallery. Basically that's not what the shops around here look like at all. Although I did walk up that road once, end up at Gillingham Station and had to give myself heat stroke, which was good fun. It was. It was like May down south, and I had like a hoodie and stuff on because I always wear a hoodie, regardless of weather. And this is Luton Arches. So this road area is actually closed, or was closed for a while as it was being refurbished. it's, I say 20 minutes from here, which I think is probably on the long side of how long it's going to take us to get to Faversham. I am just going to double check that. Yep, it looks absolutely acceptable. See, we're already 10 minutes in. We're only just passing. We're not even past Gillingham yet. Which, yeah. What goes to show it in the slow speed section, I suppose. Go quick deep up on the horn as I go past. Notch 2 again. Keep it trucking. There's the green. Which is one of the nicer things about Train Sim World, is you get obviously brought down to a red there and stopped. If you know, it's red if you stop because the barriers haven't been dropped yet. I'm still toying with the level of fill I've got for Gillingham's sheds, because I don't put anything. I haven't put anything in there because you're not. I do not drive terrain like this, looking behind me. I drive it looking forward, so care about what's in front of me, sort of thing. I wonder, is this a screen triangle? A potential one. Ooh. We're gonna look like crap, right? That logo needs changing, actually. Just for it being a nice screenshot, though, it's, yeah. That basically needs changing to that logo. That's the second logo, which wouldn't have been applied yet, but you can see that's X-Connex. Is that X-Connex or is that just Region Southeast? I can't remember. I think it's X-Connex. X-Connex, X-Connex. Right, full power. Full power. And that is visible from here. I support that being there. I've never actually been to this part of the route before, like Ira. Yeah, that was one of the things that really upset me about living down in the southeast, is I never actually did like any of the the travelling stuff. Like, I never went out and explored the world, I guess. And I never went up to London, which I'm really sad about. And one of my plans for summer 2021 is me and one of my friends have decided that as soon as the theatres reopen, we're going to see a couple of musicals. There's one I really want to see, which is Come From Away. So it was, it's a real story based around the events of 9/11. And, yeah, it's based around basically what happened in Gander, in Newfoundland. I still call it Newfoundland because that's what they call it in the show. Oh God, I can't English. But yeah, and as I say, I've really been enjoying it because I've been, getting properly really nicely immersed in it and just enjoying it, and yeah, it's been something special. This isn't Raynham. Is it Tainham? Raynham. Oh, it is Raynham. Yeah, because basically this area over here is now another platform. Well, one of the nice Easter eggs for this area, which, I'm sure there was a church. It might be the next one. One of the state. Oh no. Basically, an Easter egg of found it. It's a Flying Scotsman. Oh no. Not sure what that is. Looks like a old mill or something. Yeah, you got the Flying Scotsman on the top. I think that's Scotsman at least. It's a steam loco of some sort, I suppose. It looks a bit too stretched to be Scotsman. We go zipping away into the curve. Going idle power. I'm going to talk very loudly as I open a drink, so that way you guys don't notice. See, if I talk really loudly whilst doing this, you guys don't hear anything. Yeah. Farewell rail tour for these things. that visor does just feel a bit rubbish, if I'm honest. Max speed's 90 in this. For poor revision, sites please advise the signal. Name and depot, location of the problem. The specific problem was the problem accelerating or braking. Yeah. I love the fact that even the little phone over there has got physics. It's just, this thing you can tell was an absolute labour of love for the AP guys. Well, for AP and, well, it's technically AP and, well, it was Armstrong, it was Richard Armstrong, Armstrong Powerhouse, Nicholas who did scripting. I think, looking at the modelling, it looks a lot like Geordie's work from MKS. So notice the hopper windows are open because of the time of year, for the most part, keeping it nice and cool in there. And I think the reason I never used to like slammers is I had no point of reference for them IRL. I was thinking about it. I think the first EMU I'd been on the UK Railways was a Class 700. Oh, I'm not counting London Underground as an EMU. But like actual mainline, it would be that. You know, I'm not counting Tanweer Metro as a EMU because they're rail cars that run in multiple. So that's, you know, it's a bit like saying are two Class 121s coupled to each other. Are they multiple units? The answer is probably not. And well, they're rail cars running in multiple, in my opinion. And so there's that. There's what else had I been on? Oh yes, and 91s. 91s aren't multiple units either, because they're electric, and you know they usually don't become uncoupled, but they can be. I think there's something like two more 91s than there are Mark IV sets at the moment. So that sort of proves that they're able to do that, which is yeah. Yeah, sorry, I've just got a yawny situation, as usual. But I've been really enjoying the flight sim side of things again. I've been playing a lot of MSFS. I did 2 flights in it. And I'm also editing up footage that's been laying on my PC for ages. So hopefully that'll get released soon. I know you're not supposed to do 2 tones, but I don't care. It's the finale rail tone. This run here is also, as well as being a video, is a proof of pathing for me. Basically helps me ensure that all the pathing's set up correctly, and if it is, then what's that? I've got 2. This is that Sittingbourne triangle. That's the line up to Sittingbourne, which I've got the extension for. I may build something for that, I don't know yet. I should actually, shouldn't I? Yeah, because you can get it pretty decently priced on the sales. .33 with some YJHs. I'm not sure if a blue 33 for this era is accurate, but yeah, it probably isn't. It would be a 66, wouldn't it? Yeah, I can change that in the future. Hang on. 33 Wiki. Because BR had them to the end. When did they leave service? Or sort of EWS service, I guess. Push pull-ups, conversions 31. Oh, that's cool. 33115 was converted to a Tesla cone connection with the Chan Tunnel works. It was fitted with bogies that had third rail shoes, and the locomotive was renumbered 83301 and formed a test train 73205, a 479 and a 40C that was used between Waterloo and Eastleigh. between Stuart Stone and Dover Western Docks. That is very cool. 40C, what's that? That's a 438. Yeah, we don't have that in the game yet. It's a shame. So, yeah. I mean, I guess it is Mark 1 base. I could probably, sub one of these in for it. But obviously there are differences, so... I'm not sure. But they do actually have some of these that they use, 40C set, because they're designed so that they can be used to coaching stock as well. And I think that's what they use for rail tours behind Sarah Siddons on the Met line. I think the 421's, because that's a reskin of that. I think I recognise it from back there at Train Sim, or from the actual Virtual District Line team. Right, 5 miles to our end point. So what I actually did is created a marker the other side of Faversham. So we go through Faversham. I'm going to have to add another marker because there's basically a train blocking the platform we'd be going through, so we get diverted down the outside, or down the wrong line run for a little bit basically. These things do slow down very well. This will be the last station. This is Tainham, right? Yeah, Tainham. It turns out I do occasionally know a thing or two. There's probably a thumbnail here actually. Tainham sign in. That's 2 square. Ugly. Like that. I do like the Connex livery. Very early 2000s. This shows off the lack of buffers. I want to have a look at that actually. One of the things I chose, I mentioned Come From Away earlier. I just watched an interview with basically the people who the cast members are based around, and it was amazing. Like seeing the the actual people who because there's things like the 2 Kevins who are the gay couple. There's Beulah Davis, Diane, and I was like, it's Diane and Nick. I'm so happy. They got married. It's amazing. Honestly, stuff like that puts you in a brilliant mood. What? So yeah, we're picking speed up now. See, this does just look really nice in my opinion. Like the way that you can tell this has been done is a labour of love. I am accelerating as fast as I can to try and get up to that 90 if I can. If we're able to, that'll be the last time this loco will do 90, or this set will do 90. I do find it strange that the shadow remains, but it is what it is. Basically, they'd put the paddle over the window to show the handbrake was on. But what you use the paddle for is what's called paddling up. So, why is it? I've lost my fuses. So that's the shoe there. There's the fuse right in front of me. So that there is a representation of the fuse. Now, if that fuse is faulty, you need to obviously isolate this. So you take your 2 paddles, shove them underneath. In fact, you lift it up to isolate, to basically remove that shoe from the rail. So you could take that out, test it, do whatever you need to do with it, put it back in again, put the shoe back down. Because these aren't sort of forced down; these are spring loaded. So they aren't locked in place, so they're spring loaded, I believe at least. So you paddle this bit up here, the actual shoe itself, which is clipping rather aggressively. It's not like wood ending stuff then. Let's do another drive-by shot of us roaring past in full power. that is such a sight of bygone era, that, isn't it? No, 375 coming the way. By the way, this is the... unfortunately, this is as per working timetable. It was just this quiet. I actually based it under a weekday working timetable to try and get it a bit more exciting. But once you remove things like the St Pancras services, it just dies basically. Okay, we need to start in rapidly at 6:25 now because we're doing that crossover. And you can see I've just called the terminate waypoint Faversham to Ramsgate. This is going to be uncomfortable. Hung. No. No. There we go. See that line there is blocked, which is the line we should go down. It's actually some weird pathing issue that happens, and I've not figured it out fully yet, so I just did this instead. You can actually do a screenshot alongside our replacement. You can see that was Connex delivered still. -7 did those have paragraphs? No, they didn't. Got another Connex delivery 465 over there, and a Connex 375 7 in the carriage sidings. I'm not sure if these are actual carriage sidings, but I sort of assume they are based off the general layout of the area, so yeah. So I've got a 15 limit, so I'm going to slow the train off. And we'll just slow off. There we go, and clunk. There we go. So yeah, we cross back over onto our line after this point now. So yeah, I'm going to add some captions for that and stuff, but I'd say about 65% done this scenario now, in terms of hours I'm going to spend on it. And that's going to do the scenario. So thanks for watching, guys, and bye for now.